Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over some knee-jerk reactions for Double Gameweek 27 and also how I'm currently getting on in Game Week 26, even though I really don't want to. Either way, if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment which players are you going to bring in for Game Week 27, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, Game Week 26, the worst wildcard I've ever played in my whole entire life. And I feel like a lot of people are in the same kind of boat because a lot of people went with similar template teams and it just went incredibly wrong. Everything that possibly could have gone wrong did go wrong. I'm on 30 points with 2 players left to play, but I think even if Tony gets a hat-trick, it's not going to really help me out this game week. But yeah, 30 points, a game week rank of 6.6 mil. Kepa got me 6 points, Estepinian got me 6 points, Zinchenko got me 1. The Bournemouth game didn't really help me out at all, conceding in 9 seconds or something, killing off Zinchenko's clean sheet. Saka blanked, Ødegaard blanked, even though Ødegaard had like 11 goal attempts or something. Saka definitely should have scored. The United game, I mean, it's not as bad for me because I didn't own Trent, Darwin, or any other Liverpool players barring Salah. I mean, the Salah one hurt. The Salah one definitely hurt. But apart from that, I feel like if you wildcarded, even though you already had 3 Liverpool players, that would have hurt a lot more. Yeah, that 7-0 defeat, I mean, who could have called that? I was expecting United to win that game like 3-1, 2-1 or something like that. But yeah, 7-0, United just did not turn up. They just got destroyed. They absolutely got annihilated. It was a crazy game to watch. And I'd already been horribly watching that Forest game earlier on 2-2. Was not a fun game to watch at all for a Forest fan. But yeah, I'm guessing if you're a United fan, you probably turned that game off after like 3 or 4-0. But yeah, I mean, that's where all the points were. I feel like if you forgot to change your team this week, you're probably in a really good spot. March got 3 points as well, but I mean, March was so unlucky. He definitely should have got some returns there. I benched Matoma, which obviously made the game week even worse. If I played him instead of March, it would have been a little bit better. I would have been on 40 points instead, which I still don't think would have been a green arrow, but it wouldn't have been as bad a red arrow. And also McAllister as well popped off. So obviously I chose the wrong Brighton player to play, and that's why my game week's even worse. Tony and obviously Henry are still yet to play. I'm praying that, because Tony's just had a kid, I'm praying that he gets the day off, and then Matoma will come off my bench and I'll get a nice fat 13 points. But I already know that he's going to play. He's going to get a yellow card. He's probably going to get a red card so he can have some time off with his kid. That's probably what's going to happen. Kane getting 2 points, then Haaland getting 4, obviously getting the assist, but getting the yellow card. And then, yeah, my bench, Trippier and Botman getting 1 point. It started off all right because I benched Trippier and he obviously conceded a couple of goals. So I was expecting the game week to go a little bit better. You know, Ben White was benched, and then obviously comes off and then scores his first ever Arsenal goal. Of course, that happens the week I take him out. The only positive thing about this week for me is that last minute I did switch from Sanchez and Kepa and Ben Mee, or whoever it was, to Raya, Kepa and Estepinian, and then obviously Sanchez gets dropped. So it would have been even worse for me if I didn't have Sanchez playing now as well. Nobody saw that coming. It literally was out of nowhere. So yeah, a little bit happy that obviously don't have to deal with that. We don't really know who's going to get rotated that much. I don't know if Steele's the number 1 now or Sanchez is the number 1, but yeah, either way, very happy I don't have to deal with that situation. I mean, Steele played well as well. He made some pretty good saves, so I don't know if he's going to lose the spot anytime soon. But yeah, 2 players left to play tonight. I need a fat clean sheet from Henry. I need an assist from him, and I also need Tony to score a hat-trick. But yeah, all in all, it's been a terrible game week. So let's move on to the knee-jerk reactions for Double Game Week 27. Of course, this is the one that the wild card was really for. Game Week 26, I mean, it looks good on paper, but everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. But these are the most bought in and brought out players so far for Double Game Week 27. So Matoma with over 200k people bringing him in, completely understandable. I think he only had 1 shot and scored it, and then obviously got the penalty as well. I mean, that's why he got such a haul. And then obviously McAllister scored the penalty, and then I think his assist was like a little flick as well, which again, on another day that doesn't happen. Another day March gets like 2 goals in that game because he easily could have. It's just how FPL goes. But yeah, Matoma being brought in by over 200,000 people 200,000 FPL Managers. Has a double this week, does blank in 28, but then obviously doubles in 29. So a really, really nice option there. Very cheap as well. And I can definitely see a lot of people captaining him that week as well. I honestly don't know who I'm going to captain this week for Double Gameweek 27. I feel like if Tony picks up a yellow card tonight, I'm not going to go anywhere near him with the captaincy. I'm also thinking of captaining March as well, because even though he didn't get any returns in the last game, he definitely could have. And I felt like he was a lot more attacking than McAllister and Matoma from the highlights that I saw. I thought it was a little bit unlucky not to get a goal. So I might even go with him. Could be Matoma as well. Could even be Estepinian. I honestly don't know. Yeah, Haaland also Crystal Palace away, I believe he's got. So honestly, really, really nice fixtures are all over the board. But I think I do still need to go for a couple of diffies every now and again just to try and help me out a little bit. And I think that might be this week. But yeah, Matoma being brought in by over 200,000 people. Tony being brought in by over 100,000 people. I think this is a little bit too quick. I know he's got the double coming up, but obviously if he picks up the yellow card tonight, I feel like I wouldn't bring him in because knowing him, he's going to get up another yellow in the double and then obviously miss one of the fixtures. So yeah, I know he's on penalties and I know he's a good captaincy option this week, but don't bring him in until you've seen the game tonight. Like if he might even get a red card again just to go and be with his baby and stuff, which I mean I understand, but obviously he shouldn't be getting a red card to do it. But yeah, Tony has been brought in by over 100,000 people. Estepinian, another player that's been brought in by over 100,000 people. The only problem that I have with this player, like obviously he's got the highest ceiling out of the Brighton defense, but I think for the international break, I think he's like in Australia like 3 days before the game week 29 deadline, and so he may not play the first game, which I'm a little bit worried about, which also came into consideration when I was picking him. The only reason I went with him is because I feel like Raya and Estepinian have a higher ceiling than Sanchez, and I can't remember which Brentford player I had. It wasn't Ben Mee, it was Pinnock, I do believe. So yeah, feel like they had a much higher ceiling, which is why I went for them. I'm not going to have 11 players in game week 28. I'm just going to have 10 because I will be getting rid of Haaland for Watkins in that week, but that's just the way it's going to go. And then hopefully Haaland doesn't do massive damage to Liverpool in game week 29, and then I'll bring him back in game week 30 for probably Tony, who's got like Newcastle and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the kind of situation that I'm on. Ben Mee being brought in by over 88,000 people. I'm very surprised that Pinnock and Henry aren't higher up in this list because they're cheaper than Ben Mee, and I feel like their assist potential is a lot higher than Ben Mee's as well. I mean, Ben Mee can score a goal off a set piece, but I don't know, I think Henry's a better option. So yeah, very surprised that people are bringing him in more because he's obviously more expensive. And then yeah, Salah being brought in by over 73,000 people. Yeah, I mean the Man United game was a bit crazy, but they've still got Bournemouth to play as well, and they just beat them 9-0 in the reverse fixture. So I mean, yeah, game week 27, I think it's going to be another game week of swings because people probably after that result might not want to be opting for a wild card because obviously Bournemouth away is a fantastic fixture for Salah after he's just done all that damage as well with like Nunes and stuff. So yeah, I can completely understand why people might be kind of holding off on their wild card a little bit. I'll probably do another wild card draft this week for people who are thinking of playing it, because you obviously can wild card and keep Salah and stuff, but yeah, that's the situation. So yeah, they're the most brought in players this week. Again, all got double game weeks barring Salah, so completely understandable there. Most transferred out players this week, Mahrez #1. How the heroes fall. I mean, after those big returns he was getting, he's now seemingly dropped by Pep. No idea. He's probably being rested for like Champions League and stuff, but I mean, that's not for a little bit of time. So yeah, who knows why he's been dropped so much. But yeah, Phil Foden obviously played against Newcastle, played really well as well. And Grealish seems to just be getting game after game after game. I mean, Grealish has been playing well this season as well, to be fair, over the last, like, since the international, since the World Cup, actually, I would say that he's been playing pretty well. So, yeah, that again, the City team is just so much rotation. I don't really want to go anywhere near them as of right now. And Nketiah, another player that is being dropped by a lot of managers, completely understandable, didn't play again in the last fixture. I mean, Jesus is coming back soon as well. We'll have to see what happens in Europa League. But yeah, Nketiah, you know, you kind of need 3 Arsenal players that are going to be playing for blank game week 28, and, you know, Nketiah might not be one of those players. So an easy switch is obviously to someone like Tony. You could even go Ferguson as well for Brighton if you really wanted to. Or just, you know, go for someone completely different. But yeah, Nketiah seemingly a little bit injured right now. De Bruyne, another player that has been transferred out quite a bit this week by managers, 68,000. Again, probably switching to Salah, potentially switching down to Matoma, March, McAllister, somebody like that. Completely understand that. Obviously making the most of these double game weeks and stuff. I mean, Crystal Palace away is pretty nice fixture. De Bruyne, I think he came off on like the 60th minute as well, actually. So yeah, again, it's just the City players barring Haaland, I just don't really want to go anywhere near them. Maybe Edison, but of course, we've seen what his clean sheets have been like. I mean, people are a bit pissed on Wildcard this week because they had him for so long, and then he goes and keeps a clean sheet against Newcastle. I think he also picked up like a bonus or a save point as well. I think he finished on 7. And then Almiron being transferred out by quite a lot of players. I don't know, if you're not on a Wildcard, I don't think this is the best thing to do, just simply because he does play in Game Week 28. Whereas the rest of them, I mean, you can get rid of them. Like Shaw is also a player that's been, you know, potentially injured. So, yeah, you could go to like Botman instead. But yeah, Almiron, I mean, if I still had him and I wasn't going to wildcard, I probably wouldn't get rid of him this week just because of Game Week 28. I know he's an easy switch to a Matoma or a March or a McAllister or something like that. But I'm sure that you got another player that you can easily bring in for that. Because again, if you're not wildcarding and you're saving it till later, you kind of need as many players as you want, as you can get for Game Week 28. So getting rid of Almiron right now, you know, a week before Game Week 28 probably isn't the best thing to do. But hey, he's not been in form right now. You know, he's not getting a lot of shots in the box. It is XG's a lot down, his expected assists are a lot down. I completely understand why people are taking him out, but he's a player for Game Week 28. It's Forest away as well, so it's quite a nice fixture. So maybe not the player that you should be getting rid of if you've got other 5s to put out. Like if you've got Nketiah or Mahrez or something, you easily downgrade those to somebody with a double game week, or upgrade those to someone with a double game week. You don't get rid of Almiron, who's going to be playing in Game Week 28. Anyway, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying to 50 likes. Leave a comment. How are you getting on in Game Week 26? Clearly better than me. What are you doing for Double Game Week 27? Are you wildcarding this week? Let me know. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.